welcome to our new Q&A blog post. We're trying out this new format to share questions that get asked amongst our different clients that we feel would be good to share amongst the community. So my name is Vince Cooper and I'm the owner of PinPoint Networks. It's an IT services company that's been delivering tech projects for various different shapes and sizes to different customers for a number of years. And at the beginning of this year, we introduced managed services. If you'd like to know more about what we do, then I urge you to take a look at the website, see what we do. And if you're interested in anything or want to get in contact us for a bit more information, then check out the contact us form and we'll be happy to discuss things with you. So in this Q&A session, the first question, let's get straight to it. The first one we get asked a lot at the moment, as you can imagine, what with everything going on in the world, is how have PinPoint adapted to working within the social distance restrictions? So to give you a little history about PinPoint, it's a company that we built a number of years ago now, and when we built it we had in mind that we wanted to work in a virtual way and from any location. So all of our tools, all of our business processes have that in mind and have been built like that right from the off, so we haven't had to adapt in any way, shape or form. We're a family-run company. Primarily it's my wife and I that run it and manage it, and as we live together and have a dedicated office in our home, we haven't had to change that much. We still run and manage the business much how we have been doing for a number of years. The managed services side of the business is operated by a team that's geographically dispersed, so all the tools and procedures that's used on that side of the business, they've all got it in mind that they work virtually as well. So in that respect it's not changed very much for that as well. The majority of the support is done remotely, which is the same as it has been for a while now, and the only thing that's really changed is where we have needed to do on-site support on those occasions that are few and far between, as well as the regular meetings, service delivery meetings we hold with key IT contacts that are at the client's place. We're doing that virtually now, and on-site support is just having to be done remotely at the moment, and people are finding ways around this. People are coping. The project delivery side of the business, again, not much has changed. Typically we have engineers who will go on site at a client to work on a project, and it's on an as and when required basis. So when they need to be on site, they usually are, and when they don't, they'll work remotely. Well, if the client's office closed, then they've just been working remotely. There's been a couple of projects that we've had to put on the back burner for now until we can get into the offices, because that just makes sense on, being able to deliver the work, for instance, server installations or hardware installations. But so apart from those being on the back burner, again, typically we're just working remotely and everything's, again, managed much the same way as it has been for a while. So all in all, we've not had to adapt how we work very much. We've built the tools and the processes with working virtually in mind, and it's just continued really. So the next question we get asked a lot at the moment is, do you have any working from home tips? Again, people have been thrust into this situation at the moment where they are working from home, where they might not do it very often or have never done it before at all. And as you can imagine, it's quite a shock to some people, and adapting to it can be quite hard. So in terms of top tips, let me see. So first of all, I would say work out a dedicated space that you can work in. Now, not everybody has the luxury of having a dedicated office, so find an area that you can work in, whether it's the dining table, whether it's in the lounge or a bedroom, but find a space and make that the dedicated working place. And it needs to be somewhere that you can walk away from or that you can pack away. So if you've got a laptop and working, set up in the morning as you normally do, say 9 o'clock, and then come 5 o'clock when it's knock-off time, you pack it away. The hardest thing I think people are finding is that balance where you stop working, you switch your mind off, and you leave work at work. That's a big transition, I think, from working in an office to working from home. So that would be my tip number one. The second tip is about sound. We'll have children running in the background. Not sure if you can hear mine right now, but we have kids running in the background. We have pets, or we have people building on the street, working on the street. lorries passing by, whatever it may be, there's always noise at home. So if you are working on something where you need to concentrate, then I recommend a good pair of headphones. Put on some music, block the rest of the world outside, and allows you to concentrate on what you're doing. Likewise though, what with Zoom being so popular now and Teams meetings, video conference call meetings happening all the time, we've had one client in particular. He lives in a flat, he's got 2 very young kids, and he seems to be constantly on meetings at the moment, and he was saying that it's just really embarrassing that his kids are screaming in the background. It's very hard to be part of a meeting where this kind of disruption is going on. So I said to him that there's a piece of software out there called CRISP, K-R-I-S-P, and what it does is it cancels out background noise when you're speaking. So you could be talking like this, and in the background all sorts of noise could be happening, and you just don't hear that background noise. It works surprisingly well. This client of mine, he was amazed by how well it works. If you look on YouTube, you can see some demonstration videos where people are clapping, just a foot away from the microphone, and you can't hear them, but you can see on the video that it's happening and they're still talking. So I definitely recommend that if you are working in a noisy environment where you can't maybe shut the door and lock the rest of the world out. The final tip, probably the most important, is to have a good coffee machine. Yeah, we can't function without good coffee, so that would be my tip on that one. The final question for today is, what projects are we currently working on at the moment? Well, let me see. There's a couple of minor little things going on, but the 2 big ones at the moment are, we are working on one of our larger clients. They're doing a complete system overhaul. So that's technology wise and business process wise, and we're helping them all the way along this journey. So the first step that we just delivered is that they've just migrated to Office 365 from an in-house hosted solution. That was delivered a couple of weeks ago and went well. We kind of ummed and ahed whether we wanted to delay the process, and we did a little bit, just because we couldn't deliver the on-site training we were looking to do. But we delivered that in a virtual way via Zoom calls, and we managed to make it happen. People managed to take on board what we said during those sessions, and it seems to be successful at the moment. So we're just ironing out the few niggles. So it's been a couple of weeks, and there's a couple of things that have needed to be rectified, just things that maybe were missed in the system testing, or people didn't quite appreciate how it would work once we were live. So we're just tidying up a little bit there. And then onto the next phase of the project is we've been gathering some requirements in terms of their business applications, and we have chosen some alternatives, or we've found that we can enhance the ones they've already got. So the next phase is to look at the business applications, so finance software, HR software, CRMs, and to either change them or implement new ones. Once that phase is out of the way, the final phase is all about automation and reporting, and generally enhancing business processes. So that is a very interesting project we've got going on, and is going to roll on for a number of months. So we're going to be engaged with them quite a bit for a while. The other big one we've currently got on our books is that we are doing an internal project, and it is, as I mentioned before, we've introduced managed services at the beginning of the year. We've done a whole heap of work to get a lot of that up and running, such as the help desk, the NOC, the network operating center, which is our team of techies, and a bunch of other things in play. Some new tools, some new software for us, some new business processes. So it's all about enhancing what we've already put in, but also delivering some new services. So some interesting ones coming up are that we're introducing a SOC, which is a security operating center. So a team of security-minded techies who will proactively manage your system, proactively look out for any threats, and to stop them happening before anything untoward happens. And we're also looking to introduce some centralized backup solutions, which from a client perspective will make their backups a lot slicker, but from sort of our perspective to you is that we can actually deliver backups cheaper than we're currently doing at the moment. So that's the knock-on effect for you guys. We will be putting together a roadmap on this, so check back on the blog over the next week or two, and hopefully you can see that there and see if there's anything in there of interest. There's a few other bits and pieces coming up as well. So that's all we have for today. Hope you find something useful in there. Feel free to throw over your questions that you'd like to answer, and we'll, if they're something we feel that will be useful to other people, we'll introduce it next time. And we will possibly change the format to be a bit more interactive, so maybe get like an interactive Q&A session going on. So great, let us know your feedback and let us know what you think of it all, and we will see you next time.